Good morning, class. Today I want to look at how you can make jig 1 in 6. So I would like to say that welcome to Mr. Coco's Nesses class, and I would like to say that you should subscribe for more videos. You know, when you subscribe, more videos will be coming. As we post, more videos will keep coming. So you have to click subscribe and you will receive the videos. So then another issue that I would like to talk about is do not really concentrate on watching the videos day before OSC. What you need to do is watch videos way before your OSC, so that you even have time to practice and time to rehearse or time to go through. That will make it better for you. So that's what I would like to say for you. Then what you need to do again is that do not just simply watch and sit back. You need to also make a step further and do the practice in the skills lab. So when we say we're going to do a decontamination process, this is what we mean. You need to have the decontamination corner. The decontamination corner, this is where you process your instruments after you use them on maybe say dirty, you're maybe getting blood, or maybe there is pus you're draining, or you're using any other dirty procedure. So you can use the instruments and then process them in such a manner. So we start with jig 1 in 6 when processing. So you're going to see how we're going to make jig 1 in 6 because this is our interest. Then after we make, we're going to also put expiry date and the time that jig 1 in 6 has been made. Okay, so we're going to see how we're going to calculate and make jig 1 in 6. Then there is also soapy water. This is just water, then you add soapy or powder, just something so to make it soapy. Okay, that's soap. Then here it's plain water. This is just simply plain water. So we're going to see how we're going to process the instruments using these 3 buckets: jig 1 in 6, soapy water, plain water. Okay, so another thing that you have to remember is there will be this plain paper where you should do your calculation. So we're going to do our calculation on this plain paper so that we calculate jig 1 in 6. Then we should also have examination gloves, because we cannot touch contaminated instruments with maybe blood, pus, or any other product. Okay, we need to really wear gloves. Then we have also jig here. This is the jig we're going to use. So jig, this bottle is 750 mils, and we're going to say we're going to use it. Then the percentage concentrate for this whole bottle is 3.5%. Okay, so 3.5%, that's the concentration. Now our task is to make something lesser in terms of concentration, which is 0.5% chlorine. That's what we're calling jig 1 in 6. So we're going to see how we're going to make it lesser. Okay, so we're going to say 3.5, which is this. Then we make a 0.5% chlorine, meaning we're making jig 1 in 6. Okay, so the procedure begins like this. You need to go there, wash hands. Okay, so this is hand washing for us because you are racing against time. Okay, so you need to just wash quickly and work on the task. Okay, so at this moment you need to work on your calculation. You need to know what you need to add. So what you do is you get your pen, and then the formula for jig 1 in 6 is total parts of water, so which is TPW. Total parts of water is equal to percentage concentration. Percentage concentration minus 1% dilute, or dilute. Some say dilute. Okay, so total parts of water equal to percentage concentration minus 1% dilute. Okay, so now we begin to calculate. Total parts of water equal to, so the percentage concentration we're going to get from here, which is 3.5 here. So from this bottle it's 3.5. That's a concentration in terms of percentage. So 3.5%. Then over, meaning that the percentage you've been given in the scenario to make is 0.5%. That's what we've been given. So this is what is on the bottle. This is what we've been given to make, 0.5%. That's percentage concentration. So it's 3.5 over 0.5. Then we go on to say minus 1%. Okay, minus 1%. So now how are we going to calculate this? There are decimals there. So we're going to say 3.5. So TPW equal to 3.5 times 10. So that we remove this decimal here. We're going to multiply by 10. Then over 0.5 multiplied by 10. Also remove this decimal point. Minus 1. Okay. So then what we're going to do again is 3.5 by 10 will give us 35. So TPW equal to 35. Then 35 will be over 0.5 by 10, which is 5. Then minus 1. Then this again we cannot just simply multiply direct. We're going to say TPW equal to 5 into 35 should be 7. Okay, 5 into 35, 7 minus 1. So TPW equal to 7 minus 1 is 6. So 6 is this represents the total parts of water. This is the 6 you see on this here on this bucket. This is the 6 here. This is the 6 we have got here. So this is where the 6 come from. So I'm going to say that this should be 1 in 6. When we say 1 in 6, meaning we're saying that 1 part of jik, okay, should be mixed with 6 parts of water. So this is why we get the 6. This is the formula why we get the 6. This is the 6. So 1 part of jik, it should have 6 parts of water. So we're going to see what we mean by 1 part of jik, meaning that this is the amount of jik. So every amount of jik, if it's 250 mils of jik, meaning it should have 250s of water, or 250 of water multiplied by 6, or meaning that 250 should come 6 times. Or if we have 750 of jik, meaning that we should have 6 750s of water to be added to that jik. So that's what this simply means. So now since the calculation is here, let me don gloves and do the processing. So you can be given any amount of jik here, use the same formula and come up with how much you're going to put, the concentration that should be available. So you can be given anything. It's up to you, just calculate using this formula and find out. So we have this 750 mils. So this 750 mils, if we say that we're going to use all of it, the 750, so it will mean that we're going to put 750 up to there. Now if we decide to say that let's use about 500 mils of jik, okay? So let's use 500 mils of jik from the 750, okay? So from 750, we're just going to use 500 mils of jik. So I need to check. That's 500. Okay. So 500 mils of jik. Now we're going to see how many 500s of water we're going to use. So this 500 mils of jik, it's this 1 part. Okay. So we're going to use 1 jug. This is 1 jug, meaning this 1 jug contains 500 mils. So if we're going to use 500 mils, then meaning that this side where it says 6, meaning that we're going to have 500 mils coming how many times? 6 times. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So let's start. May you just pass me, Stances, pass me the jug. Yes. So let's see. So we've added 500 mils. Then another part you need to do is now that's jik. Now let's start adding water. So for water, we go. So for water, we need to go, that's 500 mils. So we need to be adding. So that's about 500 mils. Okay. So meaning that 500 mils. So this is jug number 1, but it's 500. So 1. Then let's have another one. Okay, so this is approximately, say, the second one, approximately 500 mils. So the second, so meaning that we're remaining with 4, okay, to make 6. So this is we're going to number 3. So that's approximately 500 mils. So this is 3. Then again, that's 4. So this is just water. 5. Then we go, okay, approximately 500 mils. So this is 6. Okay, so we have added 6. Okay, 500 mils, meaning that makes jig now 1 in 6. We added 500 mils of water. Now, how many 500s have we added of water? 6 500s. That's what it means. Simply that. Then what we can do now, this is ready. So today's date is 1st July 2023. This is about 11 hours. So I'm going to write 11 hours. This meaning that this jig 1 in 6 will expire tomorrow. So tomorrow will be 2nd. Okay. So to expire tomorrow. Okay. So if you want, you can even put the time made. Okay. Made meaning that today's date 1st July 23. Then to expire tomorrow 2nd July 2023. What time will it expire? 11 hours. Okay. So meaning that at 11 hours you have to discard it. Okay. So you can even get instruments now. These are contaminated with blood or pus. You can immerse them until they are fully dipped there. Okay, just show them how they are dipped. Okay, so they're dipped, then you can close. Then you can have a timer. So this should stay here for 10 minutes. So these instruments will be immersed in jig 1 in 6 for 10 minutes only, because we don't want these instruments to be spoiled. So now let's assume now 10 minutes has elapsed. So you don't, in the real world, you don't say we assume. We have to dip them for 10 minutes. Now this is for the sake of just say demonstration. So we have said 10 minutes, okay? So 10 minutes has elapsed. So this, okay, as you can see, now we dip them in soapy water, okay? From there, soapy water. Okay. So in case this had something like debris, we can try to get something to remove the debris, or maybe we can just simply do that with soapy water. Okay, just that. Then from there, when we dip them in soapy water, they can go in plain water. If there was something, maybe we can even brush them. Okay, simply that. You can brush, then plain water. Here in soapy water, there is nothing like 10 minutes. We're just cleaning them. Okay, so there is no time. Just say from there 10 minutes here, just dip them to just clean. Then plain water, there is no time as well. Okay, from there you just have to rinse them to ensure that the soap is out and they are clean. So once you do that, you place the instruments there for the instruments to dry. Okay, I'm going to do that. The instruments should be kept to dry there. Okay, so this is what we call decontamination process. So at this moment in time, you're going to take off the gloves since you have done the decontamination. So you take them off like that, inside out, then you wash hands. Once you do the washing of hands, you have to remember to tell the examiner what you have done. So in this case, you're going to go to the examiner and tell the examiner that I have done the decontamination process and the instruments have been left to dry. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and keep practicing so that you get acquainted to the skill. Thank you very much.